Hi, and welcome to another low impact chair based workout for the Strength Collab. What we're going to start with this morning is we don't need any equipment apart from our chair, but if you do have some hand weights at home, thinking 1, 2, or 3 kilo weights, you are more than welcome to add those in, or you can use some canned products from your pantry, but only add those in if you're feeling comfortable to add weights in. You may need a cushion off your lounge for one of our options today, but you may not need that. So when we get to that one, you can make the choice as to whether you need the cushion or if you're going to stay standing. We're going to be working in reps of 12 for our exercises today. We've got 12 exercises to get through and 12 reps of each exercise. I'm going to do one round with you filmed, and then it's up to you if you want to do another round throughout the day or straight after, or just leave it with that first initial round. And I think we can get started. If you've got a drink close by, just in case you get a little bit thirsty. Remember, if you don't feel well, please don't exercise. Don't play along with the video. If you start to feel dizzy or have a lot of shortness of breath, please take a seat, stop doing the exercises, and wait for those symptoms to subside. If they continue, please contact your GP. Okay, so let's get started. First exercise is a lunge. So we've got a couple of options here. You can hold on to the edge of your chair, a bench if you're near the kitchen bench, or if your balance is pretty good, you can go with no hands. And we're going to be stepping forward for our lunge. So what that looks like with no hands is a nice step forward and a bend in both the front and the back knee. Now for you this morning, you may just be looking at a step forward and back. So we're transferring the weight to start with till you build up some strength in your knees. If you're fairly active and you're used to that lunging motion, you may be able to take your step a little bit lower and a bit further in front. Okay, so we're going to do 12 of these this morning. All right, stepping forward and then coming back to that starting position. That's it. More. 12. Have a little rest. We're going to do 12 again. So that'll get us 12 lunges on each leg. So this round, I'm going to hold onto the chair so that you can see that you can use chair support. So it's a step forward and back. And as you get more confident, you can remove your stability, your stable base as we go through. There's our 12. Well done, team. Okay, exercise number 2 is an overhead raise. So this is one that you can go with or without weights. So I'm going to do 6 with weights and 6 without, just to demonstrate. We bring our elbows up so they're in line with our shoulders, and then we're pressing hands straight up, getting our biceps beside our ears and back. Straight up and back down. Okay, are you ready? Hands up. So there's 6. I'm going to grab some weights and show you what that is with weights. Exactly the same movement. If you're holding dumbbells or cans at home and we're pressing straight up, and we return the elbows down in line with the shoulders. Excellent. Now, if you have any pain or discomfort at all in either of your shoulders, you can stick to a single arm press, depending on which shoulder it's in, or take the arms out a little wider. So instead of shooting straight up, aim out to the side a bit more. Okay, exercise number 3, we have a sit to stand. So we saw this in our first low impact video. Same again, we want to be sitting so that our feet are flat on the floor. So depending on what type of chair you have at home, you may have to creep your bottom forward so that you can get to the edge of the chair so your feet are flat on the floor. Option 1 is to leave your hands on your thighs and push up from that seated position and back down. Option 2, crossing your hands across your chest and standing up for a little bit more of a challenge. And then option 3, we can pop those hands behind the head, opening up through the chest and standing up from there. Okay, so picking your option, I'll rotate through all 3 options as we go. And I'm going to start with the hands on the thighs. So feet are flat on the floor. Let's go for 12. Push up. Good. 4. Okay, I'm going to cross my hands over. 8. And then our last option with hands behind the head. So make sure you're controlling yourself on the way down. You're not just flopping back down onto your chair. One more. 12. Good, good. Okay, we've got our next exercise, our 4th exercise. Again, using the chair or the kitchen bench, and we have a side leg lift. So we're working on the glute and the hip for this movement. So standing behind your stability, behind your chair, behind your bench, and we push the leg out to the side. So we're not going for height, we want to keep our body long and straight, not leaning over, focusing on a push out with the side of the foot and the butt. So let's go for 12 of these on each leg. That's it. So if you can, holding your foot out for a little second before returning back to underneath your body. And then we're going to do the other side. So I'm just standing to the side of my chair so that you can see A, that I'm holding on, and B, you can see that the movement's coming from the hip, the butt, and the side of the foot, and that my body's staying nice and straight. Okay, we ready for the other side? Pushing out and back in. Good. If you would like to, you can pop your hand on your hip so that your thumb is just sitting on the meaty part of your bottom. And you should be able to feel that muscle getting tighter as we push the foot out to the side. Two more. Nice and controlled. And 12. Well done. Have a little march on the spot. Shake the butt out. What we've got next is a shadow boxing move. Now, shadow boxing is just punching straight out in front of the body. We can do this seated if you need to have a seat. So sitting down and punching out in front. Or if you like to, standing up on the spot, make sure you've got some room in front of you so that you're not going to hit anything. And we're going to do 24 punches. So that will be 12 on each arm. Okay. Are we ready? Here we go. So we're extending the arm out as much as is comfortable. .24. Good, good. Now some options to make the punching a little bit harder if you need to make it harder is we can do a double punch on each arm. So that would count as 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What else you can do is mix your punches up. We can go right, left, and then 2 uppercuts and count that as one whole movement. So if the first lot of punching wasn't hard enough, add in a couple of different options. Option 3, oops, here they are, is to add in the dumbbells or the cans, holding onto them, and we can punch with a little bit of weight. But just make sure you're ready to add the weights in. That's a last resort. Okay. Our next move is our hip adduction. Here's where you might want the cushion from your lounge. We're going to pop the cushion. This is option 1. Pop the cushion between your knees, sitting on your chair, and you're squeezing pressure between your knees, squeezing in to work what's called our adductors, so our inner thigh muscles. So you will hold that for a count of 12, rest, and then do that again and count to 12. The other option we have is standing, which one I'm going to demonstrate here this morning. Again, using the back of your chair or a bench for balance, and we're bringing the leg across the body. That's it. Again, it's a nice controlled movement. More. 12. And then we switch to the other leg. So not rushing these movements. Standing behind your chair, you might want 2 hands on. You might be okay, your balance might be fine to go with no hands on. All right, when you're ready, we've got 12. Good. So the upper body's not doing any work. Well, beautiful team. We're going to move into a heel and toe tandem, either stance or walk. If you are standing still and need to hold for balance, We go 1 foot in front of the other. So heel to toe, holding on for balance, and we count to 12. Once you get to 12, have a little rest, and then we swap feet. If you are not feeling challenged by holding still, we're going to go for 12 steps, heel to toe. So we're walking forward, and 12. And you'll do that twice so that we get 12 on each leg. So we'll go again, walking only if you are confident with your balance so that you're not going to fall over, or if you can do it in the kitchen close to the bench so that if you do get a bit wobbly, you can reach straight out. So we make sure that the heel butts up against the toe. And 12. So there's our 12 on each foot. Next we have elbow extension. So this is another one that we can do from the seated position or standing, and we also have the option of adding in our dumbbells. So elbow extension, we bring one arm up and overhead. This opposite hand is just going to rest on the back of your arm, so your tricep muscle. We push up and then back down. So this arm is keeping the working arm close into the ear. Your option is to add in a weight, exactly the same setup, and working into that tricep. So I'll go 6 with and 6 without. Okay, we ready? Popping one arm up, elbow points to the roof. Good. Okay, that's number 6. I'm going to add in the weight for this next one, this next lot of 6. And 6. Great. A lower option if you're having any problems with your shoulders is to pop your thumb onto your shoulder and we lift the elbow from this position. And then once you're feeling better, see if you can lift the arm up. Okay, so we've got 2 arms. We're going to repeat that on the other side. So remember, if you are seated, we want to sit up nice and tall. If you are standing, again, you're standing nice and tall also. Popping the hand up so that we get the elbow in nice and close to the body, in nice and close to the head, and then lifting up. Six. And then I'm going to add the weight in just to finish off the last 6. And 6. Well done, everyone. Our next exercise is a clock reach. So this one, again, is to challenge our balance and our lower limb strength. You may want a chair to lean on or the bench. We are picking one leg up. So heel comes up, knee stays in line with your other knee, the supporting leg, and we bring same arm as the leg the front, to the side, and then behind. Good. So we're going to go for 12 of these on each side. If you need a rest at all, pop that leg down, have a little march on the spot, and then join back in when you're ready. Okay, so holding up, front, side, and behind. So you may find that holding on doesn't challenge your balance enough. So you can let go of your support, but make sure you stay nice and close to it, just in case. Well done, team. We go for number 10. We've got 12 to go. 2 to go. One more. And 12. Excellent. Little march on the spot just to get the blood flowing back into that supportive leg. And we're going to swap sides. Setting up again. One leg comes up, same arm as leg that's off the floor. We reach forward, to the side, and behind. So we're not rushing through the movement. Working on a nice controlled action from the arms and focusing on our balance. Number 10. So we have 2 left. And 12. Excellent work. So after our clock reach comes our heel stand. So we did in video 1, we did heel raises, so pushing up onto the ball of the feet. This time, we're going to rock back into the heels of the feet, lifting our toes off the floor. You may want support for this one, or you may be fine without it. I'm going to demonstrate holding onto the back of the chair, and you have 12. Okay, so when you're ready, pushing back, a little hold, and then feet come flat to the floor. So what we're doing here is lengthening out those calf muscles, so lengthening out the back of the lower part of your leg and working on the front, so the muscles up that run up your shins. We're strengthening into our ankles. There's number 10. We've got 2 left to go. And 12. Good, good. Our second last exercise for this morning can be done seated or standing, and it's an elbow curl. So if you're seated, hands will come to the outside, focusing on thumbs pointing out, so that we're opening up through our chest, and we curl palms to shoulders, and then open all the way back down. So we bring palms up towards the shoulders, and then open all the way back down. Good. I'm going to do 6 without weights and then 6 with weights added. Seated or standing? Okay, let's curl up for 1 and then all the way back down. Good. Okay, there's 6. I'm going to add in our weights. Just to demo with the weights. Again, those thumbs are on the outside so that we're opening the chest, opening the shoulders, sitting up nice and tall. We curl up and all the way back down. So with or without the weights, we focus on a controlled movement. Not fast, not too slow, but nice and controlled. 1 more. And there's your 12. So this last exercise, again, can be done seated or standing. If you're seated, we're going opposite leg and opposite arm, and we're going to punch and lift, and then swap sides. So it's called a hip march, and we can do that one from the seat, or from a standing position, opposite arm, opposite leg, we lift, and then we go through to the other side. So we're going for 24, so 12 of these on each leg. I'm going to demo from the standing position for this one. So making sure you're nice and steady, and then when you're ready, opposite arm, opposite leg, goes up, coming back down, and we swap sides. Okay, we're halfway through. Now you may be able to go a little bit quicker than this. If you can, that's great. If not, take your time and get your balance and coordination. Go number 10, got 2 left on each side. And done. Excellent. So that's the end of our circuit. That was exercise number 12. Work at your own pace, within your own timing, and to your abilities. I hope you guys enjoyed that little chair-based low-impact workout. Like I said, you can make it harder or easier depending on which option you take. I hope you're looking after yourself. I look forward to seeing you guys in here soon. Thanks for joining me. Bye.